Hey guys, I've got something pretty cool to show you. It's basically colour coding the music system so you can see it from a fresh perspective. Hopefully it will give you some insights and maybe some inspiration.
Okay, so I decided to make all the natural notes green. Why? Well, trees and plants and stuff are green. C is at the 8th fret and D is at the 10th fret. E, F, G, A, B, C, all in green. Natural notes. I made all the sharp notes red. Although these look pink, I'd ideally do them in red. Why red? Well, when you cut yourself with a sharp blade, you bleed red blood. So at the 9th fret, we got C sharp. At the 11th fret, we got D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and that is actually B sharp, but the pen exploded. C sharp. All the sharp notes are red. Lastly, all the flat notes, I decided to do blue. Why? Well, blues traditionally have flat thirds and whatnot, and flat sevens, flat fives. If you get a flat tire, you get the blues. So at the 7th fret, we got C flat. At the 9th fret, we got D flat, E flat, F flat, G flat, A flat, B flat, and C flat, all in blue. I'm sure many of you will recognise this pattern as being the C major scale, C being the root, D being the 2nd, E being the 3rd, F being the 4th, G being the 5th, A being the 6th, B being the 7th, and C being the root or the octave. You'll also note that this is a C sharp major scale, C sharp being the root, D sharp being the 2nd, E sharp being the 3rd, F sharp being the 4th, G sharp being the 5th, A sharp being the 6th, B sharp being the 7th, and C sharp being the root or the octave. And lastly, the C flat major scale, with C flat being the root, D flat being the 2nd, E flat being the 3rd, F flat being the 4th, G flat being the 5th, A flat being the 6th, B flat being the 7th, and C flat being the root or the octave. And here we have all three of the major scales from C. C major scale in green, C sharp major scale in red, and C flat major scale in blue. You can see this is kind of like interesting. For some of you, I know for myself, this gave me a different perspective. I started thinking, wow, it's very easy to see how the patterns stand out when you colour code them. Later in the video, I'll show you how some of this stuff is really quite cool. I don't know why, but for some reason, some musicians have a problem when you start mentioning C flat. They're like, no, it's B, it's not C flat. You can't have E flat and F flat and all these things. It's actually true, you do have these things in a proper, complete system. In fact, you can see with colour coding why this is the B major scale here at the 7th fret. We've got B, C sharp is the 2nd, D sharp is the 3rd, E is the 4th, F sharp is the 5th, C sharp is the 6th, A sharp is the 7th, and B is the root or octave. You can see we've got two natural notes, B the root and E the 4th, which are in green, and the other 5 notes are in red. So it makes it very easy to visually see this quite quickly. And here's a side-by-side comparison of B major scale and C flat major scale. One has 7 flats, the other has 5 sharps. Even though these locate the same place and use the same frequencies, it's part of a bigger system that most people don't see. The fact that you've got 5 and 7 that adds up to 12, you'll notice that around the circle of fifths, every key has the opposite key and it'll always add up to 12. I'll explain this later in the video. Looking over this, something piqued my interest. We're actually looking down on 21 letters. If we start at C, we've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Then we've got C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp and B sharp. C flat, D flat, E flat, F flat, G flat, A flat and B flat. That's 21 letters, yet in our Western system of music, per octave we only have 12 different frequencies. So why would you give 12 different frequencies, these 21 at least, note names? Now, alphabets on the planet generally have between 21 and 27 letters. So I'm wondering if this is some sort of an alphabet or a code of some description. Curious. Something else with the system that I need to point out is that for people that run video, you probably are used to RGB cable, which stands for red, green, blue. And this is the system that I've done here. I didn't realise that at the time, but it's also the way the human eye works. It sees 3 colours, RGB, red, green, blue. Okay, so let's show some practical applications then. This is obviously the C major scale, and we're going to do the modes, but we're going to do the modes in the order of brightness. So this is C major, or the Ionian mode. This is the Mixolydian mode, and we can see that B was there, is now flattened to B flat. So we've got one flat. This means we're in the key of F, which makes sense because C, Mixolydian, makes C the 5 chord of F. This is the Dorian mode, and now we've got an E flat. So C is now a minor with a flat 7, which is the Dorian mode. We can tell it's the key of B flat because B flat, the key signature, has 2 flats, that being B flat and E flat. This is the Aeolian mode, and this time we can see that A has moved down to A flat. Now we can start to see a relationship with these blue notes. B flat was the first one to E flat, and now A flat. That's a cycle of fourths. The relationship there, B flat and E flat is a fourth apart, E flat and A flat is a fourth apart. So we can see the blues are gradually expanding and the greens are diminishing. This is the Phrygian mode, and now D has gone down to D flat. G is the 5th of C, and it's now gone down to G flat, so C has a flat 5, and that makes this the Locrian mode. So we only have 2 green natural notes. Which one do you think will move first? If you guessed the root, then you were right. C went down to C flat, and what we got here is C flat Lydian, F being a sharp 4 of C flat. And so F has gone down to F flat, and now we're in the key of C flat major. All of the notes are blue, so we went from green, C major, down to C flat, all blue. Okay, so let's go the other way now. So we're going to start off all green in C major. To make C major brighter, we raise the F, the 4th F, up to F sharp, and we get C Lydian. From C Lydian, we raise the root C up to C sharp. This is now C sharp Locrian. The next move is to take the G and raise the G up to G sharp. And this is C sharp Phrygian. C sharp being the root, G sharp being the 5th, D being the flat 2, A being the flat 6, E being the flat 3rd, B being the flat 7, and F sharp being the 4th. D goes up to D sharp, so we raise the 2, and this is C sharp Aeolian mode, the natural minor. So notice the sequence. F sharp was the first one to move, then C sharp, then G sharp, then D sharp. So these are working in fifths. C is the 5th of F, G is the 5th of C, D is the 5th of G, and the next one to move will be A, which is the 5th of D. So when we were descending, the notes were descending in 4th, but now we're ascending, the notes are actually travelling in 5th. Now A, which is the minor 6, gets raised, and we have the Dorian mode. E, the minor 3rd, gets raised, and then we have C sharp Mixolydian. C sharp the root, the 5th, the 2nd, the 6th, the major 3rd, flat 7, and the 4th. So B is the only green note, which happens to be the flat 7 in C sharp. B transitions up into B sharp, and we have C sharp major. So let's transition down through red, green, and blue, RGB. So we're looking at the circle of fifths, so I've put all the natural notes in green. F, C, G, D, A, E and B. I put all the sharp notes in red. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp and B sharp. I put all the flat notes in blue. B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat and F flat. We can see here at 7 o'clock the key of C sharp has got 7 sharp as its key signature. At the same location is D flat. D flat has 5 flats. 5 and 7 adds up to 12. At 6 o'clock we've got F sharp. F sharp has 6 sharps, and at the same location we have G flat, and G flat also has 6 flats, so this is completely balanced, and 6 and 6 is 12. At 5 o'clock we've got B. The key of B has 5 sharp, and at the same location we've got C flat. C flat has 7 flats, so 7 and 5 once again is 12. At 4 o'clock we've got the key of E, and E is, because it's 4 o'clock, it's got 4 sharps. the opposite key, is F flat, and F flat has 8 flats. 8 and 4 is 12. Some things become very apparent very quickly. We've got F Lydian. F is the root, C is the fifth, G is the second, D is the sixth, A is the major third, E is the major seven, and B is the sharp 4. So that's F Lydian. We also have F sharp Lydian. F sharp being the root, C sharp being the fifth, G sharp being the second, D sharp being the sixth, A sharp being the third, E sharp being the seven, and B sharp being the sharp 4. We also have F flat Lydian. F flat being the root, C flat being the fifth, G flat being the second, D flat being the sixth, A flat being the third, E flat being the seventh, and B flat being the sharp 4. People that know modes will know that the Lydian and the Locrian mirror each other. So we have B Locrian, B being the root, E being the fourth, A being the flat 7, D being the flat third, G being the flat 6, C being the flat second, and F being the flat 5th. So we've got B flat Locrian, which is B flat the root, E flat is the fourth, A flat is the flat 7, D flat is the flat third, G flat is the flat 6, C flat is the flat second, and F flat is the flat 5. So obviously we've got B sharp Locrian as well. B sharp being the root, E sharp being the fourth, A sharp being the flat 7, D sharp being the flat third, G sharp being the flat 6, C sharp being the flat second, and F sharp being the flat 5th. Another mode for you. C is the root, G is the 5, F is the 4. D is the second, B flat is the flat 7, E flat is the flat third, A is the major 6. That's C Dorian right there. Obviously we can do it the other way round. F sharp Dorian, F sharp. B is the fourth, C sharp is the fifth, G sharp is the second, E the minor 7, D sharp is the major 6, therefore A is the flat third.
So in conclusion, we made the natural notes all green, just 7 of them, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We made all the sharp notes in red, A sharp, B sharp, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, and G sharp. And we made all the flat notes blue, which is A flat, B flat, C flat, D flat, E flat, F flat, and G flat. That's 21 letters, which I think might be some sort of an alphabet. There's obviously a system in music. It's set up a certain way, you know, with that semitone between B and C, the semitone between E and F as well. When we apply the red, green and blue letters to the circle of fifths, we can see quite an interesting system appear. Running clockwise, the green letters spell out the F Lydian mode. The same 7 letters running anti-clockwise spells the B Locrian mode. The Lydian mode running clockwise, which is in fifths, and the Locrian mode runs anti-clockwise and in fourths, which we saw the same thing when we had the major scales and we worked from C major down to C flat major. That was working downwards in fourths. C major ascended to C sharp major in fifths. There are 12 Dorian modes that appear around the circle of fifths. I showed the C Dorian and the F sharp Dorian. C the root, F the 4, G the 5th, B flat is the flat 7, D is the second, E flat is the minor third, and A is the major 6. This Dorian pattern works from each of the 12 points around the circle of fifths. John Coltrane used the circle of fifths a lot. He created Giant Steps and A Love Supreme. He also started to adopt Buddhist leanings later in his life. There's a lot to be seen in the circle of fifths. If you like this video and if you want me to show you more things that I found, then like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.